This is a video about the DJI LITO X1 and my motorcycle. I haven't been out on my motorcycle much this year. Matter of fact, this will be the second time I'm out. The first time was just to drive the bike from one house to here. Now I'm going to take it for a drive. So my plan is to go to my local beach area. Apparently there's some flooding there. I'm going to take the LITO and just film the flooding, see what it looks like, because you can't access the area, so you got to fly from far away and get close to the area. And then if I'm lucky, I might do some tracking of me on the motorcycle. All right, here we go. Oh, I guess not. Here we go. Let me just show you this. Inside my little tank bag, the LITO is so small that it sits there. There's the remote. Over here is an extra battery. Look at all the space over here. I've got some tape. You'll see why I'm using that later. But yeah, everything fits in nice. All right, let's go ride. Well, I've arrived at my destination. This road is the access road to my beach. I usually go down there and film a lot of reviews, but check this out. Let's just go over here to the center of the road. You can see over here it's blocked off, but if I go this way and look down, let's hold the camera kind of still and let's look down the road and see if I can zoom in. Yeah, it's just water, water, water. So I'm going to fly the LITO X1 from here all the way down behind me and all the way to the end of the beach, and we'll see how far the water extends. Here we go. Power on the remote. Take our little guy here, unfold the arms. This thing's so small. Lots of people are coming to check out the water, so I'm gonna have a really good view from flying this baby. So let's plop it down someplace where it's not too close to metal. So I'll put it in between my motorcycle and a car over here. There we go. So I've got the LITO X1 down there, and let's check everything on my screen. Looks good.
Home point updated.
Home point updated. Everything's ready for takeoff, and we're launching.
Takeoff.
There we go.
Home point updated.
All right, so here I am down here, and now we'll go check out the flooding. So let me spin this around. Got somebody taking a picture there of the flooding. You're too far away. You got to get close. All right, here we go. So I'm going to fly just like I was a car. So I'm going to keep the camera pointing down. I'm in normal mode. And here we go. Bring it down a little lower because I do know there's power lines down here. This thing flies really fast and I'm in normal mode. There's a person taking pictures there. Let me just bring the camera up a little bit and we'll see where we're going to go. All right, let's go check out the flooding without hitting the water. I'll bring the camera up more, and there you can see where we're going. Hopefully I don't smash into anything, or else this thing's going kerplunk into the water. Yeah, going forward. I do have obstacle avoidance bypass on, so if it does see something, it should move itself around the object. Let's go up. Lots of trees coming up, so we're going to fly over all this stuff. Go way up here. I'm going to go right out to the beach, so we'll see the flooding at the other end. There we are. And you can see the bridge, the marina. And there we go. Going forward, I'm just going to speed up the video from here so it makes it all the way to the beach. Okay, we're arriving at the beach area. You can see it's totally submerged. How can I tell? Because those trees should not be growing out of the water. So if I look a bit to the right, let me just turn to the right as I'm flying here. You can see trees there. The land extends all the way out to where those trees are. So yeah, there's a lot of water out here. And if I look down at them as I'm coming over, there we go. Actually, I'm going to spin around here as I go. Look back the other way. See lots of stuff in the water down there. And there we go, there's the beach. It's all under water. I don't think anybody's out here. There we go. Good thing that's on some high land, because those are buildings. And looking out this way, which is all flooded. And then coming back this way. Just turn, yeah, flooding, flooding. Any place you see trees growing out of the water, that's flooding. There we are. All right. Now the Lito does have a pretty good zoom on it. Let me just show you. I'm going to stop flying. Now I'm doing a zoom where I tap on the screen. It's not a smooth zoom. If you want to do a smooth zoom, I think you just use one of the scroll wheels. Let me just see here. There we go. That's a smooth zoom right there. Zoom out, zoom in, or you can do it by tapping the screen. I'm going to come back in sport mode.
Obstacle sensing unavailable.
Thank
Fly
you.
with caution.
Okay, I'm high enough above the trees. I'm 60 meters, so here we go forward. In sport mode, so we should boogie. This baby does 18 meters per second, which is pretty fast. Let me look down a bit as I'm coming back so we get a better view of what's below me. And I'll keep the horizon in check. There we go. So right below me right now, there should not be water there, but coming up over here in this portion, there should be water here, but not as much water as there is. This is a tiny little river that goes along there. It's not tiny anymore. All right, so this thing is really boogieing in sport mode. Look, we're almost back to me. I'm right over here, right where those roads meet, right there. Right down there. Here, I'll see if I can zoom into me. Stop sport mode. Let's try it. Here, come down. There I am. Right there. Person walking with their bike. And come back up. All right, I'm gonna land it. Bring it over here. The bypass is on, so it wants to go around me. If I keep coming at me, it's going to go around, so I'll just turn it backwards. No matter which way I want to go, it wants to just stay away from my motorcycle. That's pretty good. So if this wasn't here, it'd be much better. Let me just bring it back a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's just, the obstacle avoidance is so good on this thing. There we go. That's a good spot up there. Okay, I'm going to put my hand out. I'm going to hold this down. It's going to come down. There we go. We got her. All right. So that was the flooding. Let's try some active track. So I had a plan for active track to try with the motorcycle, but in order to do active track, you have to place the remote someplace on the motorcycle. So my plan was this. I was going to double side tape it to my GPS right here, my TomTom GPS. Problem is, it doesn't work. It doesn't connect to the GPS. The way the shape of the remote, it's not going to work. So what I did instead, let me get this out so you're not staring at my nose. So what I did instead is I taped it right here. It's taped to the side. It's not going to come off. I hope not. If it does, well, then I'll have to stop because this thing's going to go falling on the ground and I might lose control of the drone. So I'm not going to go very fast. I'm just going to go down a road. There's a road back there. Go down there, turn around, and then come back. We'll just try it. We'll see if it works. Here we go. And here we go. The drone is now tracking me. Now the reason you bring the remote with you is because the range of the drone is based on the distance between the drone and the remote. So if I was going on a ride for 20 miles, well then the drone is not going to follow me unless I brought the remote with me. Now I set the active track to follow me from the rear, follow me up high, not low, and follow me from a distance. Had I set it to follow me from low and up close, well then a car might drive in behind me and smash into the drone. Now to demonstrate what I was just saying, watch this. A car does drive up behind me and the drone has to kind of move out of the way. It moves off to the side with the obstacle avoidance, but then it overtakes the car and it gets closer to me. I should also mention that the Lito X1 does not make a lot of prop noise, so as it's behind me, no one really notices that there's a drone following me. Now coming up, the Lito is going to lose me, but it's not going to lose me due to its abilities, it's due to something I did. Watch this, it goes around a tree, misses the fence, it should keep tracking me, but it just stops. On my remote, I could see that it lost me, so I just pulled into the parking lot and parked, and then I had the Lito come back to me. So the little Lito is down there, and well, I'm over here, and it was a total fail. A total fail. Let me tell you why. You see over here, I have the remote. See, there's the remote right here. And as I was driving my motorcycle and taking corners, my hand is on this handlebar, and my fingers hang down, and I was hitting, as I was moving this handlebar this way, I was hitting these joysticks. As soon as you hit those joysticks, you cancel the active track. So that brings me to the end of this video. Now, if you don't have a Lito X1, you know, this little guy down here that I used in this video, well, then the links are below this video. It's very inexpensive for what you get. I will tell you right now, in my opinion, the Lito X1 is almost as good as the DJI Mini 5 Pro. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. It's really good. And if you don't have a lot of money for the Lito X1, get the Lito 1. The Lito 1 is much cheaper than the X1 way down there, and it has a lot of the same features, except it doesn't have LiDAR and it has a smaller camera sensor. So that's it for this video. This was my second bike ride out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more cool videos of the Lito, just post a comment below. If not, if you're sick of seeing videos on the Lito because it's a new DJI product, just post below and say you're sick of it and I won't make any more. It's that simple. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in a future video with many more cool product reviews. Until then, I say bye.